r/ask Reddit. What is legal now, but likely to be illegal in 1-2 years? Apparently, in New Zealand, they want to ban all tobacco sales. Anyone born after 2008 would have a lifetime ban. Edit. Holy smokes. This really blew up. This seems both suppressive and progressive. I'm conflicted. It'll lead to a black market for tobacco sales, which already exists anyway due to the super high taxes levied in AUS and NZ on tobacco sales. Seriously, like 80% of a packet of cigarettes cost in NSW is just tax. But really, if you're contacting a drug dealer to get tobacco, you might as well buy weed and have a better time. But then they'll probably make weed legal, so who knows. Fruity flavored vapes. I work at a smoke shop and the FDA is trying really hard to ban them. I already have to buy them under the table at shops in Chicago. Trying to stop BC, I won't put it past them to start selling tampered shit. It's probably a good idea to stay away from the black market and regulated vapes. Who knows what they put in those? Damn. I'm sorry you have to put up with this. In my Arizona, they just started labeling them as artificial nicotine products. Somehow using that specific language keeps them legal because they are not a tobacco product. Being able to marry a dead body in France. Hey, if I can't have her, then no one could have her. I'm dying laughing. Trying not to wake my living wife up. Using bots to buy things in bulk such as GPUs and PS5s and then marking up the price to unreasonable levels. If we could add real estate to that list, that'd be great. Goddamn Zillow. They got ducked and are selling now as far as I know. BlackRock is the big one ducking the housing market. Hedge funds need to be dismantled. They are financial terrorists. Hopefully calling someone from a random phone number, leaving no message, then calling 2 seconds later from a completely different phone number, then half an hour later doing that again with 2 new random phone numbers, then an hour later doing 3 in a row. Also calling homes from 1-800 and 1-888 numbers. Those should only be to receive calls. Basically make spoofing and all robocalls illegal and have actual penalties for those who do it. Yes, this is probably wishful thinking. It's hard to enforce. Robocalling is already illegal in the US. It would be a lot easier to enforce if spoofing wasn't possible. We need a technological solution at this point, not a legal one. Otherwise no one knows who to report. I had a guy call me the other day in a rage that some foreigner called him from my number. Laws are very local, so maybe in municipalities having plastic grocery bags is legal now and might be illegal in 2 years depending on where you live. Hopefully child beauty pageants. Clearly you've not seen the prestigious competition Frank Reynolds' Little Beauties. You know they don't diddle kids because they have a song about how they don't diddle kids. Hopefully child marriage. Edit. Thanks for all the upvotes. If you would like to learn more about this issue, I highly recommend the podcast Someplace Underneath. It's the most recent episode and they dive pretty deep into it. They tried to make it illegal in Idaho, but the state rep said it went too far. Edit. Guess which state has the highest number of child marriages in the US too? Child marriage is legal in the US. Why? Here's an hopeful one. Elected officials doing insider trading. That Pelosi stock trader Twitter feed is making people a duckload of money, lol. She's been performing better than top investment firms. Wonder why that is. Update. Twitter has suspended the account. New CEO essentially said duck your free speech. There are a lot of other trackers for people in the House and Senate. For further clarification, it's not her publicly trading but her husband's investment firm. I'm all for coincidence, but the fact that portfolio has consistently been outperforming everyone else is shocking, but also an opportunity for the rest of us schmucks to follow suit. Between that and some Bezos tweets, my cryptocurrency and stocks have performed far beyond my expectations. It's a bloody game, but I want to be on the paid side. Best of luck, Tradashps. Senatestaquature. Com https. Houstaquature.com. Maybe she knows something others don't. At the rate Russia's massing troops, I'd say Ukrainian independence. I feel like that may take longer than 2 years. Between ground forces, airborne forces, and naval infantry, Russia could spare 187,000 troops unless it's willing to commit more ground forces than already assembled. Of course their 2,500 or so special forces Wagner mercenaries and separatist forces would matter, but to take over all Ukraine they would still have so much territory to cover, and there are 400,000 troops in Ukraine. Not as well armed or supported, but still. Serving vodka Red Bulls. So many bars near me have already removed them due to the health hazards, and many have switched to other energy drink alternatives. In my early 20s I would drink so many vodka Red Bulls I'd pass out drunk at 3 AM and then wake up with my heart racing at 5 AM. Wide awake and almost stone sober. I'm not sure how I survived. I bartended in my early 20s and we'd drink those towards the end of shift and keep at it at the other bartender's house until 4 or 5 in the morning. Pass out on the couch and wake up like 3 hours later just buzzing in my bones. Hungover without the ability to sleep is awful. I'm 36 now. That would lay me up for 2 days or kill me if I did that again. MLMs. In my dreams. Anyway, edit. I really should have spelled out multi-level marketing. I fully support the other kind of MLM. Men loving men. So laws pertaining to MLM happen somewhat often. And what these things do is adjust their business to be on the knife edge of legality, and regardless to how the law is structured, there will very likely always be an area of operation in grey and knife edge of illegal that an MLM like a business can exist. A probably better way to make them less attractive business is education about MLM. Watering lawns. In states with water shortages. Yay, they frown on watering lawns in southern New Mexico. 90% of houses are just rock yards, but those who have grass are seen as wasteful. We only get around 5 inches of rain a year lately. Thing is with rock yards, it just absorbs more heat and makes the area hotter like Phoenix. Why don't people plant native plants in their yard like creosote or mesquite and stuff? Those absorb some CO2 too, I'd assume, though not a lot. Abortion in some states. Texas. Looks like it might not end there. This is interesting. Very utopian versus dystopian. The future. Which direction are we heading towards? History has told us it will never be perfectly one or the other, and the balance comes in cycles. Claiming that one is a famous hairdresser, compliment people on their hair, then offer to cut it for them, thus procuring access to their home, and rather than cutting their hair simply touching it erotically. Apparently there is someone in the Netherlands who becomes particularly aroused from hair who repeatedly does this, but it's not illegal nor breach of contract as he offers to cut it free of charge. Huh, but a free haircut though? Are they good haircuts? Or does he just touch the hair? He does no cut it, he merely touches it. Well, not exactly illegal, but cryptocurrency will be regulated by the SEC and government. It's not even the crypto that needs regulating TBH, but the damn exchanges do. Some of them are shady as duck with hidden rules and restrictions on how much and when you can sell, etc. It's everything. Right now people blatantly market manipulate all kinds of crypto coins. Hell, there was a streamer from like Farze Clan or something who marketed crypto to his audience, largely children, to buy a bunch of the coin he had gotten sponsored with. Once people started buying, dudes dumped all his coins and the value tanked. He's done this like 2 or 3 times. Here in the Netherlands, consumer fireworks grade 2 and above will likely get officially banned within a few years. Now during the pandemic the government has banned the usage of fireworks for New Year Eve, so an official ban will probably follow. I'm crazy here, but gerrymandering? They'll just replace it with lerrymandering. Edit. Holy crap, my first gold. Thank you Reddit fam. This ain't Parks and Rec, but you might, literally, be super correct. Hopefully facial recognition software. There have already been a number of mistakes. You'd think someone would have learned a lesson after the lie detector. I'd like to say conversion therapy, but that seems overly optimistic. Just got banned in Canada, fortunately. Delta 8 weed. What's going to happen to all the Delta 8 neon signs in the shop windows? Change to Delta 10 LOL. I really hope it's those goddamn pharma ads. Get rid of that bullshit. If I need medicine, my doctor will tell me about it. None of that garbage needs to be advertised like you're shilling cereal to little kids. Plenty of other countries have already banned pharma advertising. Unlimited congressional terms. This won't happen. Federal term limits imposed by states have already been ruled unconstitutional and there's no way Congress will term limit themselves. Philippine independence. A dictator's son will be winning next year's elections and it'll go downhill from that. Edit. God, I am so stupid. I meant democracy. Though independence would make sense though, considering how Philippines is constantly being bullied by China. Going down to the river and catching 2 fish and then making them kiss. It's unnatural what you're doing. Warren. It ain't right. Probably kratom. I see it advertised all over my city. Asked a random shop owner how much of it they sell. He said kilos a day. Privacy. According to the FBI it already is. For-profit prisons. My hope is NFTs. Hopefully, NFTs are a black hole of stupidity. Deepfake technology. Well, maybe not in 2 years, but I'm assuming it will happen. Not until someone sufficiently important has fallen victim to it. Except for Disney, who will end up using it to bring back hundreds of dead or old aged actors. Child marriage. Please ban this. Hopefully loot boxes. Death penalty. Only in some states. Every state that outlaws abortion for the sanctity of human life needs to outlaw the death penalty for the sanctity of human life. My homie Pedro. Depending on the state, abortion. I'm hoping selling users' personal data. It honestly really ducking creepy and there's little way to get around it. Scalping. Sorry, but I don't want to live in a world where I can't cut my neighbor's scalp off and display it on the outside of my house. I have my rights. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.